Tonight we are looking at a government on the brink. A government shutdown is what happens when Congress fails to pass funding legislation. This legislation is necessary to keep the government operating. Without it, many federal agencies must close their doors. This is not a partial closure. It is a widespread halt of services deemed non-essential. Think of it like a business that cannot make payroll. It has to stop most of its work. The United States government is no different in this fundamental way. It needs money to run, and that money comes from budgets approved by lawmakers. The process is supposed to be routine. Congress is tasked with passing 12 separate appropriation bills. These bills fund everything from national defense to our national parks. When lawmakers cannot agree on these bills, they often pass a temporary measure. This is called a continuing resolution, or CR. It keeps the government funded at current levels for a short period. This buys more time for negotiations. But when even a CR cannot pass, the government shuts down. This is the situation we are facing now, as political divisions run deep. This isn't a new phenomenon in American politics. We have seen shutdowns before, under different presidents and different parties. Each one brings its own brand of chaos and uncertainty. But what makes this moment different is the political context. We are seeing a potential shutdown being framed not just as a failure of governance. Instead, some see it as a political tool, a lever to force major policy changes that couldn't be achieved through normal legislative means. Former President Donald Trump and his allies see this potential shutdown differently. They do not view it as a crisis to be avoided. Instead, they see it as an opportunity, a moment of leverage to enact their economic agenda. The strategy is to use the pressure of a shutdown to force concessions they believe are necessary for the country's financial health. They argue drastic action is needed to change Washington's spending habits. A shutdown, in their view, is the shock to the system required to make that happen. Trump's economic philosophy, often called MAGAnomics, centers on specific goals. He wants major spending cuts across the board, targeting domestic programs he views as wasteful. He also wants to dismantle regulations he believes stifle business growth rules related to the environment, workplace safety. His supporters argue these regulations are a hidden tax on the economy. A shutdown could be used as a bargaining chip. They could refuse to fund the government until specific regulatory agencies are defunded or reformed. Another key part is extending the 2017 tax cuts. Many of these cuts are set to expire soon, and Trump and his supporters want to make them permanent. They argue this will stimulate the economy and create jobs.